It has been interesting to watch what's happened when you have to work through a 100-year pandemic. First of all, we feel very blessed to operate restaurants and a business that is classified as essential, especially when you see many businesses totally closed, malls closed, theaters closed, sporting events canceled, resorts closed, sit-down restaurants closed, churches closed, many office buildings closed, and even some doctor and dentist offices are closed. This has been devastating to employees and the owners and even the customers. We thank each one of you for what you're doing and being courageous on the front line as frontline workers, and we thank you for all you're doing. As we navigate through this pandemic, there is much to be learned. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't sneeze or cough openly. Don't touch door handles. Maintain social distancing. No large gatherings. Don't shake hands. Wear a mask. Can't go to the gym. Can't go to church. Don't use a community pin. No elective health procedures. And I'm sorry about this one. Don't visit grandparents. And grandparents can't visit their grandkids. Stress may be quarantined with you, but he is not your friend. I believe there's much more that each of us has learned and can learn. I urge you all to pay close attention and learn all you can. When life is difficult is when we can learn the most. During this pandemic, I have seen how our WKS values have been a tremendous help to us. Let me tell you how. One of our values is loyalty. Because we've been loyal over the years to our lenders and to our vendors, they've returned the favor in time of need. The very first weekend in mid-March, when the coronavirus reared its ugly head, that Monday morning our lead lender was calling us to ask what they could do to help. Within just a few days, our lender agreed to waive all debt payments for our most affected brand, Denny's, for 3 months. Many of our large vendors agreed to give us more favorable payment terms, some extending payments for 90 days. I could go on. Only because of loyal relationships this was able to happen. I read a conversation between two leaders in my church. One was about my age, and the other, his name was Robert Hales, was in his late 80s. Robert was in the twilight of his life, and in fact he has passed away since this conversation took place. Robert Hales was by all accounts a very successful businessman, father, husband, grandfather, former athlete, patriot, and church leader. In this conversation he was asked, "What lessons have you learned as you've grown older and are constrained by decreased physical capacity?" He paused and then he said the following: "When you cannot do what you've always done, you only do what matters most." At WKS during this pandemic, I've been impressed by the hard work and commitment and resilience of our team members in the restaurants and in the support center. For the first time, we've been able to directly communicate with all of our team members. This is how you're seeing this video. Quarterly meetings held in the support center are now held weekly via Zoom. We hold weekly GM meetings with GMs in 17 states via Zoom. All compliments of COVID-19 learning. A few weeks ago, I was speaking with Carl Laredo, Senior Vice President of Marketing for Wendy's, a huge company with almost 7,000 restaurants. He was talking about the coronavirus's impact on his life and his family. Prior to the crisis, Carl traveled every week, on an airplane every week. Carl's in his late 40s, I'd say, and he has 2 young kids. He told me that because he is at home during this pandemic, he and his wife and his 2 kids have watched at night all 23 Marvel movies together. Whole family's big fans. Now when someone talks about this pandemic in 20 years or 40 years, what do you think his 2 kids will remember? With that, I want you to watch a very short 4-minute video by Tom Fullery called The Great Realization. Thanks for all you do. Stay safe and well, and we all hope and pray this pandemic comes to an end soon. Thank you.